Well, since we're nearing the end of 2025, and there aren't any new preschool shows left to cover this year, I figured it's the perfect time to catch up on a few that I forgot to review. Today, we're gonna take a look at a show called Vida the Vet. And honestly, I was pretty hesitant to review this one. And it's mostly because of the company it came from, Spin Master. As you can probably tell, I'm not a big fan of this company. This is the company that brought us shows like Rusty Rivets, a show that no one remembers. They also made Mighty Express, which I haven't seen yet, but yeah, it looks like crap. And from what I heard, it is crap. And I'll probably have to review it someday, won't I? And finally, their most crowning achievement yet, Paw Patrol. Which, if you remember, is my least favorite Nick Jr. show of all time. So, yeah. The problem with Spin Master's shows is that they seem to care more about making toys than making decent shows. Every show is filled with so much obnoxious product placement, that I keep expecting the characters to shout, each sold separately, batteries not included. Now, before you go roasting me in the comments, I'm well aware that Spin Master is a toy company, and they have to market their toys. But it's entirely possible to make a show that markets toys and still be good. But Spin Master's shows are just not that good. They're serviceable at best, and shameless at worst. Heck, even their toys aren't even that good. I mean, look at this. I could make this crap out of Play-Doh. But despite my hesitation, I sat down to watch Vida the Vet. And to be perfectly honest with you, I actually kinda like it. Yeah, no joke. I actually like this one. It's not a masterpiece or anything, but it's a huge step up from other Spin Master shows. What I especially like about Vida the Vet is that it doesn't have any obnoxious product placement like other Spin Master shows. The show does have a toy line, but it's not as in your face about it as other shows. Looking at you, Paw Patrol. You never get the feeling that this show was only made to sell toys. It's just a nice, relaxing little kid show. As for the plot of Vida the Vet, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. A girl named Vida runs a vet's office as she takes care of injured or sick animals. So, it's basically a lesser version of the Disney Junior show, Doc McStuffins. First, let's talk about the animation. Honestly, I really like the art style. The backgrounds are well drawn, and the character designs are pretty fun. The only thing I'm not a fan of is Vida's design. I don't know, it just looks like it's trying way too hard to be cute. And speaking of Vida, let's move on to the characters. Vida herself is, honestly, a pretty weak protagonist. I mean, she's cute, and admittedly, she does have a little charm to her, but she just doesn't have much of a personality besides being kind and helpful. There's nothing wrong with being kind, but if that's all your character is, it's just not interesting. Plus, I was never a fan of kid protagonists being this well-behaved and wise. If you're gonna go that route, then just make her an adult like Mr. Rogers, or Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House. As is, Vida's not a terrible protagonist. She works well enough for what the show needs, but I just wish she had more personality. To be fair, I haven't seen every episode, so maybe there's one that shows more of her personality, but for now, Vida's just, okay. Fortunately, the side characters do carry the show. Popcorn the hamster is adorable. I like how overly dramatic Pippin the koala is. But by far my favorite character is Banjo the koala. He is such a lazy bum that it's hilarious. There's a recurring gag in one episode where his mom keeps telling him to clean his room, and every time we cut back to him, we see him sleeping or slacking off. This kid would rather die than clean his room, and it's so funny. And that leads to the best part of this show, the humor. While the show isn't comedy-focused, it can have some really funny moments. There's this one episode where Popcorn the hamster accidentally turns off the X-ray machine and spends the entire episode thinking he broke it. And it takes him until the very end of the episode that he realizes that it was just turned off. That kind of stupidity makes the show unironically hilarious. So overall, despite its flaws, I enjoyed Vida the Vet. It's cute, charming, and even a little funny sometimes. I totally recommend checking it out. Wait a minute, is Nick Jr. actually getting better? Because, they released not one, not two, but 3 genuinely good shows this year. And yes, I'm well aware that Nick Jr. didn't make Vida the Vet, but it airs on their network, so it still counts. Just let me have this one. But anyways, the fact that Nick Jr. went through this whole year without releasing a single bad show is honestly amazing. I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but could this be the start of a Nick Jr. redemption arc? After years of mediocrity and endless Paw Patrol reruns, are they actually gonna try and give us quality content? Again, we shouldn't get our hopes up too high, but if this is the direction they're headed, then well done, Nick Jr. I know they didn't make Vida the Vet, but the fact that they chose to air it on their network instead of more Paw Patrol reruns, it's a step in the right direction. Anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Vida the Vet. And until next time, party on.